see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man. Woo!
Welcome to a special edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live on location. Don't go away, Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is Terry Henley, former running back from the Auburn Tigers, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We are live here from the 5th annual Mud Volleyball for a Cure. John David Crow blasting the tunes out in the background. We've got mud everywhere, and we've got muddy people everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
he's playing our song, Bad Medicine.
Bad Medicine.
Exactly what we are.
Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside Todd the Bod Tomlin, one Adam 12 Dodson, and producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we're broadcasting live here. So we'll be talking to Michelle Williamson here in a little bit. She's one of the directors here involved in this, and this is it's the 5th annual since it went from CASA Mud Volleyball to Mud Volleyball for a Cure.
Right. And always been a success.
Always been a success.
Yeah. I mean, look at the turnout.
Yeah. But it's one of the things I never could do because when I was 15, I lost a ligament in a sporting event out of my knee. And
was it
Mud and I, it was basketball. Mud and I will never, it was one of them natural courts. We didn't have, we didn't have cement courts back in the day.
No.
Sometimes we nailed a goal on the tree.
On the tree.
And played in the yard. You had to get that mud down. So, yeah, if it was wet, it was slick, and that's what happened. So that's all right. I stayed in the marching band, and look where it's got me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. Well, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Wait a minute. I'm not done yet. Call or text us at area code 256-812-1848. That's area code 256-8121-TGT. Find our website online at tailgatetalk.net. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Tailgate Talk AL. We still doing Midway?
No.
Okay. Facebook, look us up under Applebee's Tailgate Talk. You can also subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk YouTube channel. I hope we do that a little bit more this year. Maybe if we can. Amazon Echo, say Alexa. Uh-oh.
Tailgate Talk.
Do it again.
Play Tailgate Talk.
There you go. Say, okay, Google.
Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Bama Zach still speaking to us from Jesus Land. Download the Tailgate Talk app from Android or iPhone, powered by Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. Look for Applebee's Tailgate Talk on iTunes, Amazon Music, Google, Spotify, and other popular podcast platforms. Phone calls will be taken on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And our Tailgate Talk special guest segment will be brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. Now we can toss it over to producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert.
Well, I have no scores and a little more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy. Delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. And I believe they've got a team playing out here today, too. That's crossing my mind. Congratulations to James Clements, Alina Otero. She's got a softball scholarship with Calhoun that she signed, 2 or 3 days ago. So congratulations to her.
Congrats.
And that's all I've got. So, next time we'll be live will be August 6th.
August 6th at Applebee's, right? That'll be the
Applebee's.
The show restarts.
Oh, man. Back to the chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Back to the chicken fingers.
And the mozzarella sticks.
The mozzarella sticks.
Speaking of mozzarella sticks and Bama Zach a while ago, he just celebrated a birthday in heaven, July 5th. So
he did.
Thinking about Priscilla and
Camilla
and Mr. and Mrs. Green. And I'm trying to think. He would have been 58, I believe, or 59. 59.
Probably
maybe.
59.
I think 59.
Yeah.
But we sure do miss him.
Yes, he is missed daily.
Oh, and I don't know if y'all remember Jean Fruth.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to be our first guest.
Oh, nice.
On August 6th.
Okay, cool.
She's been busy summer.
Yeah, she's got a new book out, Grassroots Baseball, Route 66 or something like that. And so, anyway, I've got her pinned down for that date.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she. For those that don't know, she's an author and goes out and to all these different ball fields and stuff and takes just most incredible pictures and tells the story.
And tells the story about. I remember her.
It's awesome. So I look forward to that.
Great.
Adam, what's anything good going on? I mean,
there's a lot going on.
There's something about to start up here in just a little while about a game played on a 100-yard field.
Oh, yeah. No, it's that little football thing that people like in America so much, the American football, as they would call it in Europe, and it's going to be great. I've been talking to Woodfin. I've been talking, over at East Limestone. I went to the 7-on-7 for Clements, Ardmore, Elkmont, and East Limestone recently over in Point Mallard. Good land of Point Mallard.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of excitement going on. A lot of excitement.
That's great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our buddy Sweet Michelle Williamson here, and we were hoping you would still be involved with this, even though you've changed careers.
I have.
Yep.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah,
we're very proud of you.
on that.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
Good. Great to be excited at our age,
Absolutely.
Everything just
we'll take it all we can get.
Get all excited. Next thing you know, that muscle pulls in your back. You go,
That's why I'm organizing and not playing.
I hear you.
But you still wanted to make sure you were organizing it regardless of what your
Absolutely.
job situation
And Chairman Daly also wanted to make sure that I stayed involved with the County for a Cure team. And I'm glad I am.
Well, and they're blessed.
We're glad you are too. Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about what some of the stuff the money goes for.
American Cancer Society, of course, they're known for research.
Right.
They're also known for providing services like rides for cancer. I call them cancer victims because it robs so much from these patients, and that's how I think about it. They also provide programs like for women that during chemo lose their hair, wigs, things like that.
Right.
And it's a laundry list of stuff. They're such a great organization.
Yeah, they're a great organization.
That's good. Yeah, and I lost first cousin last year who we grew up together. He was my older brother. That so yeah, cancer sucks.
And it's just one of those things. Is like, and maybe when you're younger, you don't pay as much attention because you are younger. But still, and obviously they've come up with a lot of cures, or maybe not even cures, but at least people can live on, right?
Remedies.
Right.
Than it was in the 70s or 80s, but. It's just, it's just amazing that something like that is still so prevalent, and it's nobody doesn't know someone that hasn't lost somebody to cancer.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And that's just, it's tragic, but it's,
Yeah, the disease does not discriminate.
No.
There's children, there's older individuals, there's middle-aged individuals, and it can sneak up on you quick. And
out of the blue, yeah.
That's why we have such a big heart for it. And nobody wins this tournament, even the championship team today. They win the prize money, but we do not win at the end of the day until there's a cure and there's no more diagnosis.
Yeah. Yes.
And it seems like, turnout here is fantastic. So it seems like a lot of people not only this resonates in the community, but it sounds like the cause resonates in the community as well.
Sure does. And it's a great community event. It's been going on. CASA ran it for, I think we're in the 37th year now. We've done it for 5, and CASA was 31, 32. So it's a big community event, and we can't thank the city of Athens enough for continuing to let us have it here at Swan Creek Park. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our premier sponsor, Morrell Engineering. They have been our premier sponsor for 4 years now. They come back every year. They reach out to us. We don't have to reach out to them, and it's something that's very important.
Taz is awesome.
Yes, he is. The whole organization is amazing. They're such give-back people, employees, Taz, Melissa, all the engineers, all of our interns, and just a good organization.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Well,
how many teams?
How many teams you got?
37 this year. But we also, the big exciting part about it is, the biggest is our teams, but we were able to secure $6,500 worth of sponsorship money from all of our sponsors. And if you go on our County for a Cure Facebook page, we're giving shout-outs. We're giving shout-outs today to all of the sponsors, and they allow us to organize a tournament, run it, and not worry about it, and at the end, write a good-sized check.
So they don't micromanage from a distance, huh?
No. They know we take care of them.
Yeah.
And it's for a good cause, and it's relationships that we've built that's so important.
Well, it's one of those type deals where it's like, you hire good people and let them do their jobs, and it turns out to be a good thing. And so I guess the question I have, though, is, there's 37 teams. It's an odd number. So how do you break it down into tournaments? What are the requirements for each team? Is there like a certain amount of boys and girls that have to be on the team?
There is. You have to have 8 players on the court at all times, 2 of those being female.
Okay.
We just had 2 that we had to forfeit because
she got injured. That's all.
One didn't get injured. One left because she didn't have her lace-up shoes on to go get some lace-up shoes, but you have to know your rules.
Yeah.
The rosters can be as many as you want. We've got 13, 14 team rosters out here, but 8 on the court at all times, 2 being females. You can rotate in and out, and I think I answered all those questions.
So you can rotate in and out on a dead ball, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if a team, we've got 2 teams right now came in and said, hey, one player didn't show up. We're 7. We're like, you got your 2 girls, then you can play short.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
It's what I'm talking about. It's about the competition.
Absolutely. It's about winning the gold pig.
The gold pig.
There you go.
Which is a huge.
And the 250.
And the 250.
We brought in the prize money because I'm competitive, and I know that I'm going to come play for the prize money.
Absolutely.
And, and that's the thing. Obviously, you're out here looking, and it's so much fun. And everybody's wet and muddy and everything, but at the same time, it's serious, man.
Absolutely.
These folks want to win.
Well, one thing before we go to break, one thing I noticed is some of your older winners. Life happens. We get old. The youth that's in this mud volleyball right now, they look like babies. Of course, they're probably 25 years old, but they look like babies.
But when you're your age, they are babies.
We've got
Exactly.
a couple of 12 and 14-year-olds playing. Of course, if their parents sign the waiver, I allow them to be a part of it because it's important for our youth to get in here and experience it.
Right.
But what I can mention right now, we have a cancer survivor on one of our teams that has survived 10 different kinds of cancer.
Wow.
He is still out here playing.
Amazing.
Yes.
Are we allowed to know this person's name or anything? Or
Well, I'd have to ask him.
there you go.
That's exactly what I was curious.
But he's a survivor of 10 different kinds of cancer.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
That's great.
Wow.
We got to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all hang around. Michelle, thank you for joining us this first
and
segment.
thank y'all for coming back.
Absolutely.
Continue to
for
be
what
a
you
part
do.
of our Mud family.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Caution. The temperature isn't the only thing soaring this summer. Call Ardmore Telephone Company today and upgrade your internet to move faster than ever. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss our internet options so you can connect to everything you need. Give Ardmore Telephone Company a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's going to throw it off his back foot deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! James Clements!
Be listening for James Clements High School football this coming season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clements Jets football this coming season from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is David Rocker, former Auburn and Los Angeles Rams defensive tackle, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Let me give you some trash talk.
Hey! You want to talk some trash?
Trash?
Trash! Trash. Won't pick it up. Take them like away. Girl, why not take out the trash?
You don't know how to trash talk, do you?
Hey, welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClungo, Tomcat here alongside one Adam, 12 Dyson, Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, Jay Tojo Vassar is on assignment in parts unknown. And we've got the voice of the Trash Pandas, Josh Caray, joining us. Josh, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Man, if I was any better, it'd be two of them. That's how good it is.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir. So we're talking Trash Pandas baseball. I get the emails, so I think we had a couple of losses at Mississippi. Am I wrong there? Or
yeah, it's been a tough trip so far. They've lost 4 in a row, but it's all right. The guys have been competitive the last couple of nights. Hopefully we can turn it around these last 2 games.
Yeah, last year it seemed like in the middle of the season, the Trash Pandas were getting this guy called up or that guy called up to AAA, and then you get 1 or 2 called up in the majors. Have they been pretty well able to keep their entire team this year?
So far, I would say yes. I mean, there have been a couple of guys who've been sent up who have come back. Chase Siltz pitched last night, and Aaron Whitefield was called up. He came back. He's been hurt. So, for the most part, they've been able to keep the team pretty much intact. So we'll see how much longer that lasts.
That works. So we're getting to the part of baseball season where it starts to collide with high school football and college football, which is a statement. I've always thought, I'm a guy that likes to get started into something real good, but then when something else comes along, I'm watching that maybe. So a shout out to the guys who make these this AA baseball their life, their dream. What's something you can tell about some of the guys that are out there right now, and do they get burnt out? Maybe is a better question. It's a grind. Yes, it is.
I guess guys do. When you're playing 90 games in 100 days or whatever it is, I think that's natural. So, we'll get an all-star break coming up. Guys will get a little bit of time off, but, that's part of the deal. If you're going to play professional baseball, you got to do this thing, and you got to learn to fight through the burnout and, just understand that it's a daily grind. So, we'll blink. It'll be September. The weather will start to cool off. So we're getting kind of close to the end. And so I think guys in a couple of weeks, they'll start to get that second wind, if you will, and should be good to go.
Yeah. Speaking of the grind, how do you feel like it's been working out with something that they're trying to do this year with the 6-game series with some of these teams? Is it worked out okay? Is it any different? Or have you noticed like any, it become a little bit more heated from one series to the other since you're seeing a team so many times in a row?
Well, we did this last year as well.
I forgot about that. Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like it in the sense that you go to one city and you're there the entire week and you don't have to travel midweek.
Yeah.
So I like it from that point of view, and I think the guys do too. The thing I don't like about it is it's not conducive to what you're going to see at the major league level. I mean, you're going to have to travel all the time. So that part I don't like, and I also don't like the fact that you may see the same starting pitcher twice in 1 week. I don't think it's good for the pitchers, but I get why they're doing it. They're trying to cut down on travel and make life a little easier for the minor leaguers. We'll see if it sticks. I don't know if it will long term, but I think it's here for at least the next couple of years.
Okay, how does it affect your job? Does it really change anything really other than the difference in travel, or how does it affect you?
Not really at all. I mean, usually by the time you get to the final game, again, you're looking at the same pitcher, so you already know what he does. And, that part gets a little annoying, but that's a real minor thing. For me, it's same old. 4-game series, 5-game series, 6-game series, they all kind of run together at some point. So it's not that big of a deal for me.
Okay, and so what are you looking for? Is there any certain series that you think is going to be more pivotal than the rest down the stretch?
No, I mean, for the Trash Pandas, not really, just because they're already in the playoffs.
Right.
But I think just on who will they see? I mean, we're going to see Birmingham next week, and so I'll be interested to see how the Barons look. They've been playing really well. We'll have Tennessee a couple of more times. Those are two teams that Rocket City could see in the playoffs.
Yep.
And this series has actually been pretty important just because Mississippi is a team that they could see in the championship series. So there's still a few coming up, but there's going to be so many changes between now and then. It might not mean a whole lot at the end of the day.
Oh, and in your experience, how is it? How have the Trash Pandas, in their second season, manage these roster changes? Is it a kind of like learn as you go situation, or do they prepare for this before the season starts?
There's no way to prepare for it. I mean, if the guy is ready, they're going to call him up, and if there's a need, they're going to call him up.
Yes, sir.
So at the end of the day, it's a part of minor league baseball. If guys get called up all the time, you know that it's going to happen eventually, and you just kind of go with it as it goes. I think what's a little different is the Angels don't have an especially deep farm system, so I don't know how much movement you'll see.
Got it.
But that's part of minor league baseball. You just deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't think the boys take many clothes when they show up to a city. I'm sure they keep everything handy just in case they get called up or something.
Yeah, I mean, that potential's always there. I mean, you might have an injury at AAA and they need someone to fill in for a few days. So you never know what's going to happen.
That's good. So what do you think about the chances of winning the first half of the season and the second half of the season?
Oh, they're pretty good. The team, I still think Rocket City's the best team in the league. It's just, again, you don't know who's going to get called up and who isn't. And because of that, it's just kind of hard to tell. Right now, if everyone stays together, I think their chances are just as good as anybody's. Just because Birmingham and Tennessee haven't shown the same consistency. But if guys do get called up, I mean, who knows? Right now it's a 3-team race in the North, and it's going to be a pretty good race into September.
That's great.
So we're talking about standings here. How's the Trash Pandas in the voting as far as the ballpark thing goes? Best ballpark.
I haven't even looked at those. I guess we're in the semifinals. I don't even know, so I haven't really had a chance to look at that.
I haven't really looked at it either. That's interesting.
Well, I've just been seeing the posts, from the Trash Pandas about going and voting for, Toyota Field is the best stadium.
Happy Saturday!
So what have we got coming up here?
Let's see, All-Star break coming up next week, and then a 3-game series against Birmingham.
Right.
And after that, they'll be back on the road playing Chattanooga. So only 3 home games the rest of the month.
That's great. Well, brother, thanks again for joining us. We appreciate your time, and safe travels, and go Trash Pandas.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Caray, the voice of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Our backpack with the 104.3 logo on it.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand. First to help with community events and fundraisers. First to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations. First to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events. And most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together. That's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to the second man through. Touchdown!
Join us this upcoming season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Charles Morrison, varsity baseball coach with Lindsay Lane Christian Academy, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, Old Tomcat here alongside one Adam 12 Dodson, Todd the Bod Tomlin, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we've got the, I don't know, what you call it, Fisherman of the Year?
Two of the
top reigning
team in the state, East Limestone,
future Bassmasters champions right here. That's what I'm thinking. Jamison Drake and Landon Story.
Who their coach is.
Say what?
In spite of the fact of who their coach is.
In spite of the fact of Coach Bedtime.
I love you, Coach.
You know we're playing, Donnie. We also have Coach Donnie Story on the phone. We've got these two young men out here too. They're in person. I think they just come out here to see all the hot chicks in the mud.
I don't know about that.
Don't know about that?
I did. Y'all say what y'all want to say. I ain't gonna lie.
I just not put any words in anyone's mouth.
Mud and ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You think this could have just been a playoff from the old mud wrestling? Well, we make some money. Let's make a mud volleyball and get all the ladies out here. No, I'm just joking, everybody. My wife's listening. She knows what kind of person she's married to. She knows I love her.
Bless her heart.
So let's talk to these guys right here. Let's start with you, Coach Donnie. How have things been going so far with this fishing thing?
Man, this has been a great year for us. Throughout the whole year, not just winning the state championship at Eufaula, we won the 6-man state championship, which means we won as a team. But all year, it's been a great year for us. Jamison, that's sitting there with you, and his partner Alex was runner-up in Angler of the Year points. Landon and Garrett, his partner, they finished 15th in Angler of the Year points. And so, it's just all year. We had 4 teams that qualified for the state, total. And it's just been a great year for us.
Well, and it was, and we're really proud of you as a coach. I mean, you're for those that don't know, I would consider you a professional fisherman. You
Absolutely.
Probably don't consider yourself that, but you're very well versed in it. And these guys are really lucky to have you to be able to lead them and show them where to go and how to do it, and when they get there, how to do it, how to prepare. Me and Coach Story have talked about this more, and these two boys are going to sit here and start nodding their head. But you gotta have everything lined up prior to getting onto the water. You know, you can't just, oh man, where's my reel? Where's my bait? Where's my this? Where's my that? You gotta have all that stuff lined up in your tackle box, and you gotta know where you can get your hands right on it.
You got the right reel already rigged up.
That's right.
I want to talk about some of the lures that the guys use, some of their favorite, in a little bit.
Todd, I want to say one other thing. We have some great boat captains, and we have boat captains that fish a lot, and we have boat captains that fish tournaments, and that really helps out to have a successful team. So I want to give a shout out to our boat captains because they've all been great this year.
That is awesome.
That's good.
Well, boys, tell us about it, man. What was it like being out there on the water? Did y'all have a good idea going up back to the docks, that, hey, man, we may have enough to win, or y'all just didn't know?
Good chance at it.
Yeah, or did you not just really know until they announced it?
I mean, a lot of it is just like, it could be, it doesn't, consistency matters a lot when it comes to winning, like, as a team. So it's really just having a consistency with all the boats together. Yeah. And we had that, so I was pretty confident. But
let me ask you this: so as y'all are, as it's wrapping up, right, and you're going back for the weigh-in, are y'all communicating with one another? Like, hey man, how many pounds do y'all have? How many pounds? Do y'all do that, or do you just not know till you get up there and everybody?
The boat captains have a group message. So they message all day, but we don't really talk to them.
Okay, well, y'all are a little bit busy, I guess, trying to reel them in, but.
So here's my question: how many rods are you allowed to carry on a boat? Is there no limit to how many rods
you can fit?
Many as you can fit. So I think I've seen some of these professionals. I could be wrong. You guys, if you're fishing with a rattle trap, well, rattle trap ain't biting. Throw the rod down, grab a spinnerbait. Fish with a spinnerbait. Spinnerbait ain't happening. And then you go to diving bait. I don't know. Is that how it works, or? Do you ever fish with purple worm, slow fishing like that, or is it mainly cast and reel?
It's just really what they're biting, pretty much.
Okay.
That's the whole point of practicing, is to find out what you need to throw.
Yeah.
Instead of just throwing.
I got you.
This bait and that bait next. And
y'all look at the moon phases and all of that stuff?
No, yeah.
It actually did affect one of our last tournaments we fished for MBT, which is my dad's little organization, whatever, and it was a full moon, so it was very difficult.
I bet
for the brim bed and then the full moon and everything. So
yeah, people don't think that stuff's real, but it's as real as all can be. And,
yeah,
let me ask you this: how often, if often, or at all, do say maybe y'all go out on a Thursday or Friday, man, you're practicing for the big weekend tournament, and you've hit a couple spots here or there, and you're like, oh man, this is where we want to be, and you go back out there on that Saturday and there ain't nothing there.
Oh, all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay. That's frustrating beyond belief, I'm sure.
Or maybe like this happened I saw on a bass tournament on television, is that the pros got out there and they scouted a place over here around Round Island. And it was a deep, little hollow down there that was full of mussel shells, mussels. And he caught bam, bam during practice. And he left the bed, and then he come back the next day for the tournament, and the locals were fishing it.
Oh, no.
And does that ever happen? You guys come up, locals find your spot?
Oh, yeah.
Just got to root them out, man.
Yeah.
Just run right over.
Well, talking about spots, we were talking before we got on here, just going to Eufaula and some of the other places you liked. Where is one place in particular, maybe this past year, that you've really enjoyed more than the rest, or you're just wow, I like this place a lot?
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Eufaula, even though we won down there. I still don't really like that place.
I got you.
To be honest, but
I liked Gunnersville a lot this year.
Okay.
Gunnersville's always good.
Yeah.
Every year, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
We did really good. We've always done good there the past few years. So.
Wheeler's been very good this year too.
Yeah.
Wheeler's been good, for sure, and it's a lot closer than Eufaula too.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. Well, y'all are in the process of getting ready to try to go to nationals. When is that, and where's it at?
It's August 11th through the 13th at Lake Hartwell in South Carolina.
Wow, that's a big deal, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are in the process of raising money. I know that y'all have a GoFundMe page out there. Do y'all want to share, Coach Story? Do you want to share about some of that stuff?
Absolutely. We have we're off to a really good start on our fundraiser. The main thing that we have right now lined up that anybody could donate to is our GoFundMe, like you mentioned. It's GoFundMe / East, I think it's East Limestone Fishing. That would help you find it. If not, you can go to the East Limestone Fishing Facebook page. You can find it there. So, we've had some organizations make some donations, and we've had some of our local representatives, Andy Witt and Senator Butler and Mr. Crawford and Speaker McCutcheon. They've all helped out and helped us raise some money. So we're looking pretty good now.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. Yeah, it costs money to get out there, and I encourage people to go, even if it's just $10, man. That's going to buy one of them some lunch one day.
Buy them a Burger King, won't it?
They buy them Burger King. That's right. So
Applebee's or something.
So definitely go out and support these guys, and listen, if they can win the state of Alabama, they can win it all. So
that's the truth.
That's it's pretty exciting stuff. It really is. And I know y'all realize that not every athlete gets to experience this kind of stuff. So y'all are getting to, especially when it's a smaller. Was it 6 of y'all?
Yeah.
So that's a tight knit team, and it's not like a 45-50 man football roster, or
that's true.
Plus, or 15 man basketball or baseball. So we're excited for y'all. I'm proud of y'all, and wishing y'all a lot of luck, man. It'd be really awesome to have East Limestone win it all.
Yes, sir.
How many teams will we compete? Y'all know?
275 votes.
275 votes. Have mercy.
Y'all got it. No problem.
Yeah. Not doubting their expertise at all.
Yeah.
That's a lot of votes.
Wow. I had no idea. I thought you were going to say like 100 at best. Wow.
Well, Coach, talk about this. 275 votes. You obviously can't blast off 275 votes at one morning, the one location. How will that work?
Well, no, actually, they will.
Really?
We'll be taken out at Green Pond Landing, which is a fairly new landing that actually the Bassmasters Classic was at the same landing this past year. And they'll line up all 275 boats, and they'll go one at a time. I mean, it's not like a shotgun blast off where everybody goes. We go one at a time. But we weigh in flights, so there'll be about 20 boats in each flight, and the flights are about 15 minutes apart. So one day you may weigh in at 2 o'clock if you have an early number, and the next day you probably weigh in at 4:30.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot of boats out there in that water. Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Everybody fishes the first 2 days, and then last day only the top 12. They cut it to the top 12, just like Bassmasters.
Okay.
So how many days are there?
3.
3 days.
3. Yeah.
Will the guys have an opportunity? Like, will y'all be able to get there a day or two early and possibly get out there in the water?
Yes. So off limits started July the 4th. So no one can be on the lake until August the 8th. That's the first official practice day, is August the 8th. And we'll leave out of here on Sunday morning and get up there and get settled in, and then we'll start practicing bright and early Monday morning. We'll practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll have a meeting at Wednesday night for the entire tournament, and then the tournament starts on Thursday.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad y'all have the opportunity to do that. And I tell you what, all y'all must stinking love it. I ain't getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to do squat, let alone jump in a boat, and y'all do it when it's windy and rainy and cold and hot. And, so talk a little bit about that love for fishing and how y'all, obviously Landon, your daddy, you didn't have much of a choice on it. But Jamison, I mean, and your dad's a big hunter and fisherman too, but I mean, is that where you got it from, your dad too?
Yeah.
Or any of your buddies, I guess?
I mean, nobody likes to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm sure, but y'all still do it. I'm telling you straight up, I wouldn't do it. I would not be on the team.
Waking up and getting going is the worst part, but once you're up and you're fixing to get in the boat and all that, you're pretty much good until about like 12, 1 or 2, and then you start winding down.
I bet. Yeah, I imagine y'all all sleep good those nights.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just wondering when Donnie's going to get his own Saturday afternoon TV show.
It's way past due. Way past due.
Join Bill Dance.
Well, I need a producer, Tim.
There you go.
Give me a call.
Now, as far as East Limestone goes, there's like when girls soccer was around, like a lot of people showed up for girls soccer. Like, do you get support from East Limestone, like from other sports as well? Like, you know, like not really. Nah. I was curious, honestly.
Our parents and stuff come to weigh-ins and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, not many people. No.
Not really. I know. Well, yeah. Well, we always try to highlight what y'all do because, you know, if fishing is just as important a sport as anything else, and I mean, it's been a lot longer than a lot of other sports too. So.
Yeah. And what's wrong with your classmates? Y'all are the rock stars of the stinking school, man. Bringing home state championships, and they're not even there. What's wrong? Oh, we'll have to do something about that, fellas. Because I know you're pulling in the ladies. When they hear fishermen, they're like, oh, yeah, hey, guy, what's up?
Ask Landon about that one.
Ask Landon about that one. I hear you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a break. Thanks so much for Jamison Drake, Landon Story, Coach Donnie Story on the phone. Yeah. We're going to go pay some bills here. You, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's show? Archives are available on our website. You can also hear us on your favorite podcast platform, including iTunes, Google, Amazon, and more. Just check out the podcast page at tailgatetalk.net for a list of available apps and links. We'll be back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. You know, we take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More. The reviews are in for Box Drop Mattress in Ardmore, and they're awesome, just like the store. Box Drop in Ardmore has mattresses made in the USA at huge discounts. Plus, they offer flexible payment options and no credit is needed. And they'll deliver right to your door. Box Drop, located at 26561 Main Street in Ardmore. Open Tuesday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, and Saturday from noon till 4. Appointments also available by calling 321-8888. Box Drop in Ardmore, 321-8888. School may be out, but you can still enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week over the summer for the upcoming school year. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and fill out the form. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Enter your nominations today. From Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC.
Hi, this is former NFL quarterback Don Horn, member of the Super Bowl II Green Bay Packer champions, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hey, welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tom Cat, alongside Todd the Bod Tumlin, 1 Adam 12 Dyson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we've got Jonathan Snider, head coach of the Ardmore Football Tigers, on the line. Hey, Coach, how are you doing today, man?
I'm pretty good, guys. How are y'all?
Man, we're doing pretty good. We got a decent breeze blowing around here, but it's not too awful bad. We're under pavilion and shade, so life is good.
That's always a plus.
Hey, you guys are about to get started in the heat, though. I mean, there's been 7-on-7s, but the real stuff's about to get started here pretty soon.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it, though. You know, it's like I tell our kids all the time, we're not going to play the game that it's not hot. I mean, it's hot outside, but it's hot for everybody. So we're not going to use that as an excuse. And you know, our guys have been really, really good this summer. You know, and I feel like we're heading in the right direction. We still got a long way to go, but we're heading in the right direction. So looking forward to getting started.
Yeah. And this is – I'm sorry, go ahead, Adam.
Thank you. Well, I guess the first question I have for you, Coach Snider, is, I saw you at 7-on-7 the other day.
Repeat that. He didn't hear you.
Okay. Well, Coach Snider, this is Adam Dodson, News Caray. How you doing?
Hey, Adam. I'm good, buddy.
Good. Well, I got to talk to you a little bit at 7-on-7 the other day, and I'm just curious. Ardmore loves to hit you in the mouth and run right at you. So how does 7-on-7 really help fine tune your team? When you play that style of play that you do.
Well, so we know what we're about.
Yeah.
We're about running the football. That's going to be us. But we come across teams that are able to load the box and stop the run. So we feel like that. Any help that we can get in the passing game to sometimes maybe open the run game up is a plus. And so, last year we were not able to do it because everything was new, and we were just, we were trying to start the culture change, and, football was really the last thing on our minds. This year being a year into it, returning our coaches and everybody, we felt like that, we needed to go do a few of these things, not only to let our kids compete, but also to, get them in an environment to where, hey, if we can practice, our passing game, then maybe that can open up the run, which is what, we're always going to be about. It's not going to be a secret, who we are. So we're not trying to change our identity. We're just trying to, potentially add to it just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, how hard is it sometimes, or if it's that hard, depending on, I guess, the kids, but to get them to understand that this is the time of the season where really you start winning games. You're not playing on the field, but all this hard work that you got to do during the summer to prepare for the fall. Are you been fortunate enough to have all the guys buy in on that kind of stuff, or are you still finding it like pulling teeth a little bit?
Oh, no, absolutely. Our guys are bought in.
That's great.
We've had I've been doing this for 20 years, and I'll be willing to say that it's probably maybe the best off season I've ever been around.
Nice.
Our kids have really bought into what we were trying to do in the weight room and our speed training and conditioning that we did in the off season, and then now rolling into the summer where we had a little more football to it. Our kids are in. We still got a long way to go learning what to do and learning how to do things. But our kids are bought in, and so they understand. I try to tell them with the 7-on-7s that we've had, I try to tell them that, I don't really care about wins or losses in this. I want you to go compete, and I want you to try to get better at what we do. And effort's a big thing for me, of course, like it would be for anybody. So, we don't really hang our hat a lot on the results of 7-on-7s outside of, did you compete? Did you get everything you got? And are you learning to get better, growing into when we start practice?
Yeah, because even with a 7-on-7, there's a way to how your team reacts is still going to be a testament to how they reacted when the regular season comes around. Like there's still things from 7-on-7 that maybe aren't on the football field that you can see how your team is ready.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we got a lot of new faces this time. We finished up last year with 49 kids on our varsity team. This year we've got 64.
Wow.
So we've added a lot of people after graduating 13 kids. So we got a lot of guys that haven't played football. So it's really good for them to until you can prove to me that you can hit somebody in the mouth with pads on, that's a huge testament to who you are. But going out and competing and learning the game a little bit, helps them. These 7-on-7s help them a little bit, to start to do that, to see what they can do. Yeah. And it helps us coaches give an evaluation on, well, is this guy, do we feel like he can play here? Or, we projected him as this, but is he that? That kind of stuff. So we're able to play around a little bit.
Yeah. And when can you bring the team in to start basically full practice? Is it the first week of school, or y'all do like 2 a day? Well, I don't say that you do 2 a day. Some schools still do, some don't. Like when y'all actually start? Well, start putting on pads basically is what I'm asking.
Well, we opted out of the spring training, so we get to start a week earlier in this fall. So we start July the 25th. And then that starts our days. We have 2 days of shorts and helmets. We'll have 2 days of shoulder pads and helmets. And then on Friday, we do our last year we started annual Midnight Madness deal where 12 o'clock midnight, something I brought from Athens with us, 12 o'clock midnight. The first day we can go in full pads. We do that. So,
that's awesome.
So we get to start a week earlier. And a lot of teams do that, so you're continuous in the fall. Once you start, and you get an extra week.
Now, is this the first time that you've done that? That you've opted out for spring?
Well, last year we did because I was hired so late.
Right.
So we were able to start a week earlier, and I really think it helped us. And, there's one side of me that really wishes we would have done spring because I do have so many new faces. But, we decided not to. We're going to roll with it and see what happens.
Yeah. Me personally, which, in this situation, you've got a lot of new faces, like you said. But, I love it. To me, and I don't, I'm an old dude, so I don't really remember that much from school. But what I may or may not have learned in the spring was forgotten by early fall or late summer. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like you said, you've got that continuous deal there where you don't have that break. You can just start and go with it, and you can implement everything you want to, and it's fresh in their minds. And all that repetition just over and over, man, pounds it in there. So I don't know. I've never understood spring football. I really hadn't. I know it has benefits.
There's if the state would give us like a 4 or 5 day evaluation period and still let us start early, that would be awesome. But I get it. You can't have your cake and eat it too. I understand that. But
you should be able to, Coach. Come on.
Well, trust me, I've been around it long enough to know you give it and you take it away. So, but no, we it's been. I think it's going to work out for us, or I guess I hope it works out for us. We get to starting a week early. Teachers are not back in school that last week of July, so we have the availability to do some 2-a-days to get some extra practices in. So I think it's going to benefit us. And like I said, man, our kids have been unbelievable this summer. They show up, they work out as hard as they can go, and then they go out. We have a little bit of practice time after that. And it's been a really, really good summer. I'm anxious to get started and see how much of as an old coach buddy of mine, Sam Brown, used to say, you got to take the rat to the grass.
Rat to the grass. I like that.
Take all that weight room stuff to the to the field, or it don't mean anything.
That's true.
So I'm anxious to see us get started and see how all of it, sort of works itself out.
Comment a little bit if you want to about, Ardmore, just like a lot of these communities out here in Limestone County, but Ardmore, Elmont come to mind with me usually resonates. Community is so supportive. How they've made you feel at home, I hope, and does your family like living there and you like, obviously you like coaching there, but talk a little bit about the community and how special they are and supportive.
Man, I tell you what, I'd be willing to put our community up against anybody's in the country.
I agree.
The support that we have. Everybody likes to win. I get that. But really and truly at Ardmore, as long as you're trying to do the right things and you're showing some discipline with your kids, and they're giving the best effort they can possibly give, your community is going to be 100% behind you.
Yeah. And that is winning. That is winning.
Yeah, it is winning. And a lot of places they don't see that.
No, they don't.
And I know there's expectations that are set higher in other places and all that. And I hope to continue to, we hope to continue to build that expectation level a little bit higher at Ardmore. Expect a little bit more. But our community support it's unbelievable. I mean, we went to Alexandria last year, first round of playoffs. We had more people than they did, and it was a home game.
That's awesome.
And I mean, it's just, I'm talking to you, getting chill bumps about it, but it's really something that you really can't explain until you actually see it.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate to be in this community for a long time. Didn't coach here, but lived in the community, and my wife went to school here. So I had a lot of connections, and I knew a lot about what the people of Ardmore and the kids at Ardmore were about before I took the job. So, that helped me understand who we were and who we weren't. And I knew that if you push the right buttons in the community, that they would the support would be overwhelming. And that's exactly what we got. So, our part is to put a competitive, disciplined football team that's going to work their tails off to show, Ardmore's got a good name, and they're going to back you up if you can do that. So.
Yes, sir.
Well, you talk about community support. You guys are kind of giving back to the community in a way here. You've got an event coming up here next week.
We do. We have our football for women, which is Tuesday night at 6.
Okay.
Where we bring some, anybody that's a female that's part of our community, young or old, it doesn't matter. Moms, cheer parents, or just somebody in the community wants to learn a little bit more, not only about football, but the day in the life of an Ardmore Tiger. We have that coming up next Tuesday from 6 to 7:30 at our football facility.
Okay, I will be there for sure, Coach.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. And another question I have for you, Coach, is I've talked to a few coaches in the area, and they talk about how they really are the ones who set the tone. The football team is the one who set the tone for how the sports season and really the school season goes for the entire first semester and second semester. And so talk to me a little bit about, the excitement that the football team can bring and how that can transition to baseball, basketball, softball, all that.
Well, I do think it is a catalyst for everything else. It's the first male sport to start the school year off. Everybody, you're not excited about going back to school, but everybody is excited about going to Friday night games. And I think the more that you can build some excitement starting the school year off, that can continue through the other sports. And, we at Ardmore, and I don't know about middle school, but I know varsity-wise, we have 9 of our starting 12 varsity basketball players that play football. And then we have about 18 of our 40 9th through 12th grade baseball players that play football. So, there's a huge, crossover of kids that play multiple sports. So, the success that they have in one sport can carry over to the next. And with so many being involved in football as well as other sports, that, that can loom large for them and their confidence level if we go out and we have a successful year in football.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on, man.
Yes, good luck in the heat. It's coming, and it's coming quick, so it'll be here before you know it.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Maybe we'll survive it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
Look forward to the kickoff, Coach.
Yep.
Absolutely, me too. Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, Coach Snider. See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Jonathan Snider, head coach of the Ardmore Tiger football team, brought to you on our First National Bank hotline, making communities great. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
Caution. The temperature isn't the only thing soaring this summer. Call Ardmore Telephone Company today and upgrade your internet to move faster than ever. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss our internet options so you can connect to everything you need. Give Ardmore Telephone Company a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
Hey guys, this is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
We here at Tailgate Talk might be taking the summer off, but you can still get your fix every Saturday morning at 10 with the best of Tailgate Talk. We'll feature conversations with special guests from past shows so you can revisit your favorites or catch up on what you might have missed until we come back in August. And, of course, you can always log on to tailgatetalk.net to hear them whenever you want. The best of Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 this summer on 1080 WKAC.
This is Shelby Davis, West Limestone head football coach, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here. Tom McClungo, Tom Kent, alongside Adam. One Adam, 12 Dotson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Todd the Bot had the beg out for us, and wish him the best. Well, he'll be back with us come August 6th. I know we have on the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing, Mr. John Talty with the Alabama Media Group. He has a book out a new book called The Leadership Secrets of Nick Saban. Mr. Talty, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, absolutely, bud. It's our pleasure. To talk about what you do now with the Alabama Media Group, how long you've been working with them a little bit. Let our listeners get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I think I've been with the Alabama Media Group for about a little more than 8 years at this point. I've had a variety of different roles there at AL.com, Birmingham News, and so I've came in covering recruiting. Then I made a switch to covering Alabama, and now I oversee all of our sports coverage in addition to writing about the SEC and kind of issues around college football. So, I've enjoyed my time in Alabama and, excited to continue writing and leading our sports coverage.
Great. And so, we just mentioned that new book you have coming out. And so my name is Adam Dodson. I'm with the news carrier here in Athens. And I'm just curious about, the motivation to start this book and, what was the genuine inspiration to, go down this path?
Yeah, I think it's something that I've always been interested in. It's an idea that I've had for a few years, and it's influenced based on, doing what I do and interacting with people outside of sports. I think the question that I get the most is, it's like, what's Nick Saban like? What's the secret sauce to what he does? How is he able to have the success that he does? And so I always thought that there was a book there, and there have been other books written about him, but I was particularly interested in it from a leadership and business standpoint, looking at what has led to so much of the success that he's had, how he's been able to do it, most importantly, why does he do it, and the kind of transferable lessons and skills that people who are outside of sports, might get from a book like that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people in a lot of different professions look up to Nick Saban. They may not even care about football, but they see that he's successful with his product, and they want to replicate that.
Absolutely, and I think, clearly the most famous part of that is the process, which has been written about a lot over the years, and I think that's been a source of fascination for a lot of different people. So that's a big part of it. But if you look at how Alabama football is at this point, I mean, it's a huge operation, and he manages hundreds of different people, both on the employee side and also hundreds on the football player side. That's a big organization, and so how he manages them on a daily basis, how he finds the right people to work in his organization, how he replaces people who leave, all these different things. I think have a lot of value outside of just football. And so I think this book appeals to a lot of different people. If you're an Alabama football fan, or if you're just a college football fan in general, there's a lot of inside information, a lot of behind the scenes, never before reported details that you're going to love. But I think even if you don't know that much about football or don't care that much about football, I think you're going to be really interested in kind of getting that inside look at this guy who's been one of the most successful leaders in any industry over the last 100 years, really. Absolutely. And what I've always found fascinating about Nick Saban is when he got to Alabama, the first 6 or 7 years, he was portrayed as this, really like a jerk, basically, because how passionate and how angry he definitely gets sometimes. But I feel like over the past 5 or 6 years, he's kind of been portrayed in a different light, where it is more about his leadership qualities, and maybe he has mellowed out a little bit. I'm just curious at what your observation on that has been. Yeah, I think there's a few different reasons for that. I think partly it's as we all age a little bit, there's that natural mellowing a little bit. I know one person I know who knows him well told me, like, he has softened a little bit, but he's not soft by any stretch. So even it's all by comparison. But I think there's also, and I write about this in the book, we've seen the way that kids nowadays are. They're different than they were 20, 30 years ago, right? Right. And so I think it required him to have to evolve and adapt a bit in order to reach and recruit this current generation. And so he's really smart, I think, at realizing what motivates people, and whether that's a coach or a player. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. He knows certain people need different things. So I think he was smart enough to realize a kid in 2022 can't be coached the same way as a kid in 1992. And it just led to some of what we might think of the bellowing, or maybe showing a little bit of a softer, friendlier side of himself. Yeah, and I think another example of, maybe him adapting to what may have been popular 20 years ago is him finally, biting the bullet and, adapting with the spread offense and, updating his offense. Yeah, and that's another thing that I write about in the book is that, at the time when he talked publicly about that, people took it as kind of whining and complaining. When he brought up, I don't think this is necessarily good for football, and everybody thought, Nick Saban's just complaining because he can't stop it. Right. And really what it was, I think, was almost a warning to people. Like, I don't think this is good for football, but if this is what you guys want to do, I'll do it better than any of you. And we've seen him since do that, starting with Lane Kiffin and all the offensive coordinators he's had since. And I've seen that same kind of mentality when it comes to the transfer portal and most recently NIL, where people think, again, it's Saban complaining. And what it really is like, I think this is bad for the sport of football, but if these are the rules you guys want to play by, I'll play by your rules, and I'm going to crush all of you. And I think we're going to see that over the next year or two. We've already seen it with the transfer portal, which he's able to just kind of take whoever he wants. Yeah, and I think you're exactly right. It seems like every 2 years or so, people look back at what he said, and it's like, oh, my God, he was exactly right. Absolutely. I think he's someone who's very sharp, and I think he thinks about the issues around college football very thoughtfully. I mean, I think when you hear him speak, he always gives a good answer, and it always comes from a place of real introspection and thought. Yeah, and so, I'm sure you get that. That's your number one question you get all the time is, how is he like? Like, what's he really like? What are some other frequent questions you've gotten since since you've put this book together? Yeah, I think everybody wants to kind of know what's the secret sauce. What is it that powers Saban to do what he does? I think people want to know what's it like to play for him, what's it like to coach for him. All those different factors are things that, and let's be real here. We've seen some of that play out very publicly with the Saban and Jimbo feud that happened a few months ago. People, I think, have even renewed interest in all right, what's it like to actually work for this guy? And so, I get into all that stuff, pretty in depth in the book. And so the way that the book is kind of structured is each chapter is built around a different theme. And so there's some about recruiting, there's some about how he staffs, there's some about how he handles loss. And so there's a bunch of different themes that people can look into and kind of, all right, what's Nick Saban like after a bad loss? All right, you flip to chapter 12, and that goes into how he's handled famous losses in his life and how he's been able to rebound from them. And so that's I think, some of the stuff that people are going to be really into.
Yeah, no, that would definitely interest me because, I was really curious at how Alabama would respond. I'm a graduate of Alabama, backstory about me. And I was curious about how Alabama was going to respond after, they got shellacked by Clemson and with Trevor Lawrence his freshman season. And obviously, a lot has happened since then. But that's probably not the number one thing I will look for when I look at your book is I will look for, hopefully it's in there, that Bama-Clemson loss.
It's how chapter 12 starts. It's all about how they handled that Clemson loss. So I got you covered. You're going to love it.
I'm glad to hear it.
And I think it was, I think there had to be, without giving away all the book, after that loss, I think there had to be a tone setting. I think that they had lost their way a little bit that year, in which they, were winning all of these games, but people inside the program knew something was off. And so, the following year, it didn't work out in part because of, Tua getting hurt. But that was a really good team in 2019.
No doubt.
I think, certainly could have won it all. They were playing in a different way. Tua goes down, changes things, but I think you saw that kind of momentum lead to 2020, in which they just dominated everybody, and clearly were intent on sending a message to college football that we're back, we didn't go away.
Absolutely, it seems like that seems to happen every 2 or 3 years, where they, Saban kind of gives everyone a wake up call again. Where it's like you said, it was almost like a tone setting that happens every now and then. Even if they win 10 games a year, there still needs to be a tone setting sometimes.
Well, at this point, it is national championship or bust at Alabama, right?
Yep.
You could that team went to the national championship game. They were undefeated heading into it, and they lose, and, they're viewed as failures. You guys got blown out to Clemson. How could this happen? And that's something that there's a lot of pressure involved in that. And that's something that I write about, too. At this point, I think people think, all right, it's easy. They recruit the top guys. It's kind of like a machine that, doesn't really need anything besides a little oil. But think about the pressure that if you don't win a national championship every single year, you are viewed as a failure. And not just the pressure that goes on Nick Saban, but the pressure that 18, 19, 20-year-old kids feel by coming to Alabama. And that's something that's really hard to manage. And I don't think Saban gets enough credit for being able to keep those guys in the mix every single year, knowing the pressure that they're all under.
Right. And so, without revealing anything too much about the book, what is maybe? Can you give me an example of one of the leadership skills that Saban has that maybe you talk a little bit about in the book, maybe managing 18-year-olds, like you were just talking about?
Yeah, I think there's a bunch. Again, the whole book is about it. But one of the ones that I think is really important, that I think can apply to anybody in any industry, is the need for clear and concise communication when it comes to accountability. And so I think about, whether if you manage people in any regard, and somebody's not doing the right thing, you can either step in and fix it and explain to them in very clear terms, this is why what you're doing is wrong, this is what I need you to do. Or you can do nothing. You can complain about it. You can say, that guy's just not good enough. I hate that I have to hire him, whatever it might be. And I think Saban's really, really good at not worrying about being liked. I think it's something that's an innate thing that a lot of us might struggle with if we manage people is, if I have to tell this guy he's doing a really bad job, I'm probably going to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't like me or whatever it might be. That's actually a pretty tough thing to do for a lot of people. And Saban's really good at in no uncertain terms, hey, you're not getting it done. You either need to get it done, or you need to find another place to work.
No doubt.
That's so important, and I think plays such a huge role in that organization because everyone is working their butt off and they're all pulling in the same direction. And the reason they're able to do that is because he's very clear to every single person in that organization about what their job duties are and what he expects of them.
Absolutely. And so, just wrapping up here, talk to me about what is the one thing you want readers to take away from this book? Obviously, it's all about leadership skills, but what is the one thing you want them to finish the book and go, what is it? What do you want them to think?
Yeah, well, I think the important thing, and when you read this book, you'll see it. But we look at the way college football is. There are a lot of people that have hired Nick Saban's disciples to lead their college football programs, and some of them have had incredible success. Kirby Smart's a great example.
Yes.
Some of them haven't. And so I think the most important thing, and I think when people read this book, there's going to be a lot that they're really going to like. There's going to be things that think, man, I need to add this into my life. And that's the exact point of the book. But the important thing, I think, is to find what works for you. Nick Saban has been heavily influenced by multiple people in his life, including Bill Belichick.
Yep.
But Saban is not an exact Bill Belichick clone. He took some things that he liked from Belichick, he put them into his system, and he does them his way. And so I think when people read this book, there's going to be a lot that I think they'll want to and probably should add to their life. But being exactly like Nick Saban is probably not going to be the best path to success. There's one Nick Saban. And so I think it's like maybe you love this one thing he does and you add that to your life and it makes your life better. But doing things exactly the way he does it is probably not the best idea. So I think that's going to be the important thing for people. Put it into your life and your words and the way that you need to do things, and don't do it just purely this is exactly how he does it, so I need to do it that way.
Right. Well, I really appreciate that, all of that.
John, do you cover any time during when Coach Saban was at Miami? Maybe some of the leadership that was taken away from him as far as his decisions.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I wrote about in the book was that, I think when he got to Miami, I mean, he had always dreamed of being an NFL head coach. And I think once he got to Miami, he was almost immediately frustrated by how different things were. And one of the big parts of it, at Alabama and LSU and other places, it's a real meritocracy. It doesn't matter if you're a 5-star recruit. If you're not doing what he wants you to do, you're not going to play. Simple as that.
Right.
Whereas in the NFL, if you give a guy $20 million a year, he's playing. Regardless as to whether he's being a jerk or not, that guy's going to have to play.
Right.
And that's a decision, controlled by the owner and people above you. And I think Saban felt frustrated by that. And I know he also felt frustrated by the fact that if you're the number one team in the NFL, you get the worst draft pick, right?
Yep.
Whereas if you're the number one team in college football, you can recruit anybody you want and you're going to get better players. So I think he felt handcuffed by the fact that he couldn't get the best players by succeeding. And that was one of the reasons why, he wanted to come back to college football. And I think there's a misconception about his NFL, experience. I think he could have been very successful in the NFL if he had stayed, but it's hard to argue. I think he clearly made the right decision coming back to college football, given the fact that he's going to go down as the greatest football coach ever.
Yeah, it definitely ended up working out for him in the long run. And, I do think the Miami example is a really good point that Tom brought up, just in the fact that, a lot of college coaches just don't find success in the NFL, and has nothing to do with them. It just has everything to do with the difference in management styles, and that includes everyone's management styles from the top up, from the bottom up.
Yeah, absolutely.
John, before we let you go, tell everybody where they can find your book, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find it, anywhere you buy books. If you want to do, your Amazon, your Barnes & Noble, all the Books A Million, all of those will have it.
Okay.
Local bookstores are going to have it. Here I'm based in Birmingham, and so I've been kind of directing some people to, there's an indie bookstore here called Little Professor. If you order through Little Professor in Homewood, I'll be signing a bunch of copies, and so you can get a signed copy that way. But anywhere you want to buy a book, you'll be able to get it. It comes out August 9th. Super excited about it. We're going to have some exciting stuff leading up to the published date. But just really appreciate you guys having me on, and I think your listeners are going to really enjoy this book. I think it's the best book if I say so myself, that's to really give an inside look at who Nick Saban is and why he does the things he does. So I think people are going to enjoy it.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Thanks, John. We appreciate your time, bud.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's John Talty, the Alabama Media Group, author of new book that's coming out, Leadership Secrets of Nick Saban. It's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Look for Tailgate Talk on Facebook. Just search for Tailgate Talk and make the connection. Call or text us with your comments during the show at 256-812-1848. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're looking for an alternative to the insane prices of buying furniture, appliances, and electronics outright, why not consider rent-to-own at Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens? High quality at low prices. Top brands like GE, Maytag, Samsung, and Ashley. No credit approval and flexible payment options. See what you can take home today. Visit Buddy's Home Furnishings in Athens at 600 South Jefferson Street in the Athens Shopping Center. Go online to buddyrents.com or call 206-9505. Buddy's Home Furnishings. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Keep up with Athens and Limestone County sports with a Play Action Sports Report. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
This is Roman Colburn, former University of Alabama football player and 1992 national champion, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hey, welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here, alongside one Adam 12 Dawson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, we have the new softball coach and cross-country coach at Clements, Miss Jessica Wallace. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you under the air conditioner? Are you under the air conditioner right now?
I am. I'm in my house.
Yeah, you're doing better than we are.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm headed to the creek soon, though.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I'm headed to the creek soon to cool off.
There you go.
Okay,
that's a long honored tradition right there. That it works.
Yeah, it's not my bad.
That's all right.
So you get so you're doing 2 different sports for Clements now. How talk to me a little bit about how you're going to juggle that and how much you're probably going to enjoy it at the same time.
Well, I've been in education and teaching physical education for 15 years, so and then coaching along the way at all different levels. So it's just part of what I normally do. So it's not going to be really much of a difference. But always been kind of the assistant coach, and now rising up to the head coach. Ready to get my own program underway.
Yeah. So give us a little bit about, where you came from, a little bit about your history of, playing a little ball yourself.
All right. I'm originally from Jupiter, Florida.
Okay.
Jupiter, Florida.
Jupiter, Florida.
I go there often. I've been going there for a long time. I'm sorry to interrupt. You go right ahead.
Are you a Cardinals or Marlins fan for spring training?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roger Dean Stadium all day long.
That's right. But I graduated from Jupiter High School in 2003. Played, travel ball my whole life. One of those teams that you travel all over the United States. Got recruited by a few different schools. I really liked the University of North Alabama. It was kind of rebuilding then. We didn't really have a stadium, and came up as a catcher. And I started all 4 years, made all GSC conference 4 times, all region 3 times, all American, all decade, and now in the Hall of Fame there at UNA.
Sound like you was a pretty decent ball player.
Pretty decent. Now, since then, I think every record has been broken because that national championship team. But
right.
I love how the program just keeps rising up and getting better and better. And Ashley Cozart over there doing amazing things.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, talk to me a little bit about what you're going to instill into your team, what you're going to instill into your runners, all that good stuff.
All right. I have a little bit of various coaching under my way. I coached 4 years at Florence High School.
Okay.
With Brian Schallenberger. And then I got the opportunity to go on as graduate assistant at UNA as well. So I did kind of the college experience as a GA for 2 years, got my master's. And I was still teaching, actually, in Florence for Florence City Schools, and kind of did both of those along the way. Took a little break from coaching, and then had my son, and got back into it 2 years ago when I came over to East Limestone High School. Started coaching with Brett Nays over there for 2 years, and then got this opportunity when Clint Legg got the principal job. And he's like, I'm going to bring you with me whenever the spot comes open. So,
there's the connection.
Oh, good old Clint Legg.
Clint Legg, he's a great man.
He is a great man.
But we played Clements last year, and they didn't have a bad team. There's just, got to get a little bit more organization and, the kind of the routines. And, I never really felt, there's a lot of little things that is driving me nuts as a coach, seeing that I'm definitely going to, hopefully transform into an organized program and an elite program one day, because that's the way I swing. It's not really all practices are all out, all games are all out, and we're going to schedule a bunch to get a lot of playing time in and keep trying to get better every year.
All right. And so being over there at Clements now, how much time have you had with your players so far? Have you got to? Okay, you've had tons, because I know that it's different. When people transition into roles, how much time they get right there, as they're going into the season.
Yeah, we were trying to have it as a transfer, in May, but it never ended up working out that way. So kind of getting late now in the summer, and everybody's on summer break. I'm going to try to just hold like an open field, meet the coach type thing next week, and hopefully meet some of the girls, and then go from there when school starts, and have tryouts about the second week of school. I also am doing cross country, which is a fall sport, but I think I can manage those pretty well with all the rules and everything, and practice time. So I'll be teaching middle school and high school, so I'll pretty much meet the whole school.
There you go.
Yeah. When I talked to Clint yesterday, and he told me you were a, pardon the pun, grand slam hire for him. Is this the first time you've coached cross country?
Yes, it is. I always, in high school, they always try to get me to coach or to run cross country, and I'm like, running's not my thing. And they had these shirts that always said, cross country, our sport is your sport's punishment. And it's just funny because it takes a little crazy person to get out there and actually love running all the time. But I know that's some students' passion, and they had about 10 on the team, boys and girls, last year. So hopefully we can bring out some more, and even if there's softball players that aren't doing anything, then they need to be out there running, getting in shape.
You just brought up, your sport is other sports' punishment. So how do you convince more people to get out there and run, and then run some more, and then how do you convince them to do that?
Well, it's kind of the same connection of what I teach in physical education, just about all the benefits the sport can bring to you, and you continue into adulthood, and it's like it's competition. So for one, if you're a competitive person, it's a lot of fun to train for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the amazing benefits from running or just walking. You know, it's what it's about. And then it's like a more of an individual sport, but also a team. And so you can grab those kids that don't necessarily like, you know, playing with a ball or, you know, it's kind of like they're saying, like, anybody can get a pair of tennis shoes and go out there and run. You just got to train them and, you know, teach them the ways to pace. And, I believe there was a really good coach there before me, so I'm going to reach out to him and a few other coaches around Limestone County that I started building relationships with, just to reach out, you know, and kind of, I'm all about, you know, professional development and reaching out and networking with other people to always make what I'm going to do a lot better.
There you go. And so, how's the reception been for you over at Clements so far? I know, like you said, but have they been welcoming you with open arms?
Yeah, I've been up there a few times. Haven't got my keys yet and everything. Just the timing of being summer and, you know, they're waxing floors and all different changes within the school. So it's really like not a whole lot, but my Facebook is definitely blowing up with people wanting friend requests, and I'm like, who are these people? But I think everybody's just excited, you know, to meet. That's why I think next week, like, with a meet the coach type night, you know, just go up there, answer anybody's questions, and then the first week of school, I'm gonna have an interest meeting and just trying to pull in, you know, some that maybe haven't even played in a few years and re-spark their interest. You know, I heard we got some girls that are going to be seniors that didn't really play the last few years. And, you know, sometimes you have kids walking around the hallways that need to come back out and play. They just didn't fit well with the last coach, or maybe they lost a little interest in it. But, you know, someone new can bring out the best of them as well.
Yeah, there you go. It's like a fresh start. You know, a new opportunity.
Yes.
There you go.
I know some of the coaches will want their, you know, of other sports, want their players to run cross country just for the conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what Clint Legg's all about. He's like, we're here all for each other. You know, we don't want teams going separate ways. We want everybody going in one direction together and moving forward. Like my 8th period is all high school athletics for girls. So I'm going to be taking all of them into the weight room, conditioning them, and then they'll go to their other sports after school. But that's a great start of just getting girls in the weight room and conditioning and doing, you know, various things, skills related to their sport as well. But you have that one that's actually part of the school day to get started in some of that stuff.
Well, Coach, you mentioned those crazy Facebook friend requests. You've got one on the way from me, so you can call me crazy if you want. It won't hurt my feelings.
If you see a friend request from Tomcat, just please ignore that.
Yeah, you can ignore it. I'll be in Jupiter, Florida in a couple of weeks. So
another big thing, like I was a big power lifter in high school, and I started my freshman year. I was the only girl on the team, and in Florida, it's a sanctioned sport for girls and boys, weightlifting. And I was the only girl my freshman year. By my senior year, we had about 20 girls on the team. And I'm 5'4", you know, I weighed 125 pounds in high school, and I was this little bitty thing as a catcher. And, you know, I had a few people, you know, criticize my size. I don't think you could play in college and everything. And powerlifting and weightlifting was always one of those motivations for me to do better and get stronger. And I contribute a ton of that to my success in softball, and just having the natural strength and, you know, overcoming a lot of things where people didn't think I could do it. But it was almost one of those things that was my motivation to prove them all wrong. And so I'm a big advocate about getting girls in the weight room and, you know, telling them you're not going to get bulky and look like a man, but it's going to help you so much in strength, and just don't believe the difference it can make for you.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's just, you know, that strength is so important in softball. You know, difference between a double and a home run could be how many reps you're able to do in the weight room.
Exactly.
There you go.
So I guess you're encouraging your softball team to come out and run too.
Yeah, I believe they've been with a trainer, like a kind of like a joint workout throughout the summer. They've had someone coming in and doing a little bit of that throughout the summer. So that's a good start, and to keep it going now in the school year once we get started that.
And it will be here before you know it, Coach.
Yes, it will.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us here on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and look forward to following your teams this year.
All right. Nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Coach Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Coach Jessica Wallace, the new softball and cross-country coach at Clements High School. She's going to learn the Clements Colts, what you call it, history maybe. Had her on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And it's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Look for Applebee's Tailgate Talk on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, I'm Cody Gross. I'm the head football coach at Athens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I said I'm all about that action.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung here, old Tomcat, alongside one Adam 12 Dodson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And we've got him on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great, our Swami of the SEC, Mr. A.P. Steadham. A.P., welcome back, man.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
If you only knew how much we loved hearing you say that, bud.
Yes. It brings me great joy.
Hey, guess what's just around the corner, bud? SEC Media Days.
That's it. I think I'm headed to Atlanta today, actually. Coming back up today.
You're going to be a kid in a candy shop, aren't you?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
You see everything from around the country and the region, and we get 64 people to interview at least, right? The coaches and 3 players per team. That's 14 programs. Yep. Yeah.
So, I was actually looking at the players who are going to be coming for each, respective team and, obviously the coaches. Is there anything that stood out to you, maybe a player that you saw was coming for one of their teams that you thought stood out?
I don't think Spencer Rattler's coming, is he? I don't think. And then
I didn't see Spencer Rattler on there.
Yeah, so that was kind of a little bit of a surprise. You know,
yeah.
You think you want to interview your star player from South Carolina. I mean, that's the focus of the team, the rebuilding. So you want to get as much publicity as you can.
Yeah.
And people would be all over him to speak to him. I was lucky to speak to him at the Manning Passing Academy 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I thought South Carolina might bring their starting quarterback that, high profile, was a Heisman Trophy candidate last year, one of the leaders, and I think he's from Arizona actually, but so that was surprising that he was not there. But no, Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner, will be there, and so that's great. And I think there's 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks, so will be there. Stetson Bennett the fourth, and Hooker from Tennessee, and I believe Will Rogers going to be there. I think from this.
Let me check right now. I don't think he will be. So here are the QBs. Here are the QBs who are going to be there. It's obviously Bryce. Then you got KJ from Arkansas.
Yes.
And then you got Anthony Richardson, Florida. Stetson, Georgia. Will Levis, Kentucky. You got no Spencer Rattler, like you said. You don't have Jackson Dart at Ole Miss either. That's another one that's interesting, actually.
Yes, that would have been interesting. Yes, so I think the two Mississippi quarterbacks aren't going to be there.
That's very odd, and A&M is not sending a QB, but Vanderbilt is sending their QB. If you're interested in that at all, Mr. Mike Wright will be in attendance.
Right. He was at the Manning Passing Academy, so but that's what I thought. Will was not going to be there. That was another puzzle.
And it's weird that Jackson Dart's not going to be there. I mean, that guy. I mean, some people have him as dark horse Heisman.
Right. So that's good. But we'll find plenty of storylines, and we'll ask them about their NIL deals and the transfer portal and some of the players that have been acquired and are a new part of their program. So that'll be fun. And then the coaches, it's always fun to get their take. Lane Kiffin, he's always good for a few quotes,
to say the least.
Right. Yeah. He'll delve off into some topic if you get him at the right moment. For sure. One time I had him on the SEC teleconference, and he went on with me for about 5 or 6 questions because nobody was asking questions. So it was fun.
That's awesome. I would, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would throw a few bucks on the fact that Lane Kiffin will probably have a golf ball with him up there on stage for media days, just to continue that trend of the yellow golf ball going from the Tennessee game from last year.
Yeah, right. No question, sure. And then what about Jimbo Fisher? He's on the last day, and so.
Oh, really?
People from out of town, or not from the region, haven't had a chance to get after him about his friendly discussion with Nick Saban, so I'm sure there'll be some questions.
Yes, that was a very incredibly friendly discussion, and I think, it's like you said, with him being the last day, it's just going to kind of percolate all week until it gets to that point where there's no way he's going to be able to avoid it.
No, I don't think. I'm not sure if somebody's going to ask Nick Saban about it. They might. There's a possibility.
Yeah.
But I think it's more towards Jimbo because he's the one who, he was pretty lenient with his remarks.
Yeah, well, he's the one who went below the belt. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he was attacked, man. When you attack somebody, you better watch out.
You better watch out.
I mean, and them guys know each other from West Virginia about only 30 years or so.
No, you're correct.
I didn't understand why Nick Saban, and maybe he did, he might have, why didn't he not call him on the telephone to discuss that matter? He brought it right out into the open, went after him. So I don't know what the relationship.
Yeah, he ended up apologizing for it, too. I think Saban realized he went about that the wrong way, and even the best coaches, they make mistakes, and I think he was willing to admit that.
Yeah, we're in an era of people say things, and then the second question would be, okay, we're listening to your statement and we're all eyes and ears and attentive, but do you have any proof? Do you have any evidence? That has to be the second question when somebody makes those types of remarks. You're going after someone specifically, but you better be specific with the evidence, in my mind, because I got to deal in facts and truth.
Yeah, and I agree with that completely because my qualm with Jimbo was that he goes, anybody can look into his past and see what Saban's done. I was like, yeah, that's a pretty big generality there. It's like you said, show me examples, show me proof.
Yeah, you know, they really kind of called out themselves, didn't they? Both of them.
Yeah, they kind of did, didn't they?
I mean, when you think about it, because Saban had Jimbo on his staff, and then he tried to hire him at Alabama. So what does that tell you?
There you go. And so talk to me about the excitement that this SEC Media Day is going to bring towards this huge SEC football season where Georgia football are the defending champions. What should we expect out of Georgia, all the excitement surrounding that being in Atlanta?
You know what I want to see from Georgia and Kirby Smart, a record 15 players are drafted in the NFL draft. And can you replace those people, especially on defense? I think he's going to have a good defense. He's got some good people.
No doubt.
But can he challenge again, winning that Eastern Division first, and then possibly playing the Western Division and winning the SEC championship and getting to the playoff? Can that happen? You know, he's reached Saban's level with a championship and beat him for the championship.
Yep.
Now, can he do some of the things that Saban has done? Because that's the current standard in college football. So, and also, will Stetson Bennett be the quarterback for the duration of the season? Because in that championship game, he did not play well initially, and Alabama did not have their full force on offense. No. So they were scoring the 30, 40 points. They couldn't guard Jamison Williams with two people. We saw that in the championship game in Atlanta. And they have all these players that went to the NFL. Think about that.
Yeah.
And they couldn't guard them. No. So will Stetson Bennett, will he continue as the starting quarterback for the duration of the season for Georgia? I don't know. I mean, I've heard they got some good young receivers and outstanding running backs, so we shall see.
Yeah, and it's I don't ever really remember a time where the starting quarterback who won you a national title was questioned about whether he'd finish out the season. You know, it was a little bit different with Jalen and Tua because Tua came into the game. So it's different that Stetson, after winning a title, no one knows if he's even going to finish the year as the QB.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's got a tremendous set of tight ends.
Yes.
2 or 3. I mean, Brock Bowers, he's exceptional.
Yeah, he's a problem.
The other one, number 0, was last name of Washington, I believe, right? He's 6'7".
Yep.
I guess there was another one there as well.
Yeah, he transferred from LSU.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Gilbert. That's right. He came in. So, I mean, those are 3. I don't know if I've seen 3 tight ends on one team in college football with that much athletic talent and production.
I completely agree. And, yeah, he's going to have the supporting cast if there ever was a supporting cast, I would say. Old Stetson will.
Yeah, he usually has a good offensive line at Georgia, good kicking game. And, like I say, we're going to see what Kirby does, trying to repeat or get to be in contention at the highest level. But I think Kirby's up for the task. I believe he is.
Me too.
Well, AP, buddy, I would love to talk another 30 minutes, but it looks like it's time for us to take a break.
I hear you, but thank you so much for having me on the show, and onward to Atlanta.
Onward to Atlanta,
Onward to Atlanta. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, AP.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our main man, Swami of the SEC, Mr. AP Steadham. We had him live on the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. And it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
AP Steadham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard every week on From the Press Box with AP on WHEP AM and FM in Foley, Alabama. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. The reviews are in for Box Drop Mattress in Ardmore, and they're awesome. Just like the store, Box Drop in Ardmore has mattresses made in the USA at huge discounts. Plus, they offer flexible payment options and no credit is needed. And they'll deliver right to your door. Box Drop, located at 26561 Main Street in Ardmore. Open Tuesday through Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, and Saturday from noon till 4. Appointments also available by calling 321-8888. Box Drop in Ardmore, 321-8888.
Caution. The temperature isn't the only thing soaring this summer. Call Ardmore Telephone Company today and upgrade your internet to move faster than ever. If you're a current customer, we'd love to discuss our internet options so you can connect to everything you need. Give Ardmore Telephone Company a call at 800-830-9946 today. Fiber is not available in all areas.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's going to throw it off his back foot deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! James Clements!
Be listening for James Clements High School football this coming season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clements Jets football this coming season from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Will Lowry, former safety for the University of Alabama, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom McClungo, Tom Kiat along here alongside 1 Adam, 12 Adam Dodson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We'll talk a little bit. I'm going to toss it over here to Adam, and he has written a article on something involved in sports, but not something that you usually would see in sports, something maybe in the background that you'd only notice if it went wrong.
Oh, that's true. And it's I will say so. It's about groundskeeping, and it does have that sports connection. Not only because of groundskeeping are solely responsible for all these beautiful fields, football, baseball, softball, but because a local Athenian, Bryn South, she's a state softball champion. She's had a good couple months. So she just got recently invited to, the Little League Softball World Series, not as a player, mind you, but as a member of the grounds crew, which is what she's really found a passion for in Chuck Smith's turf management class at Athens High School. And so I talked to Chuck Smith, and he reiterated how good she was at the whole turf management aspect of everything. And so I thought it would be good to, expand on the story because Bryn wants to do this as a career. She wants to go to the major leagues and be basically the director of field operations for one of the MLB ballparks. So I reached out to the Baltimore Orioles after discovering that Bryn really looked up to a woman named Nicole Sherry. She is the head director of field operations, head groundskeeper, less fancy way of putting it, for the Baltimore Orioles. And she was gracious enough to give me the time to speak to her about ways Bryn could, advice for Bryn on how she could get to that level. And basically what she said is, there's going to be a little bit of teasing, you being a woman in a male-dominated field, especially, going into baseball. But, she said that there's going to be a lot of people who are going to support you along the way and basically just keep going. And so, Bryn's going to Motlow State for a couple of years for softball, but after that she wants to go to either Miss State or Tennessee Tech, which both have really good ag programs.
Yes.
And
land-grant universities.
Yep. And according to Nicole Sherry of the Orioles, you could do directly turf management, majoring in it, or you don't have to. You can do agriculture degree, and you could still get to where you want to be in the turf management world. And there's stuff like meteorology that can help you out as well, obviously with the weather. But yeah, Tomcat, I think you brought up a good point that a lot of what they do goes unnoticed until you notice it when it goes wrong. But I think in the case of the Toyota field, how good that field always looks, and I think they get a little bit of appreciation for that. And also, I think the efforts that Chuck Smith has gone to with the turf class has really made people pay attention, like, wow, Athens softball logo on the field looks really nice. Like, this turf class really does a lot.
Now, we broadcast at Trash Panda Stadium, or Toyota Mazda Field, I guess you call it, and saw some of the work pregame work on, and how much, how much is involved with before every game has to be done.
Well, and one question I had for Nicole Sherry was, what's it like during non-home stands? When the Orioles are on the road, and it's like you're not changing at all. You keep going.
You're still working.
Yeah, and usually I think what she said is that's really when you focus on the science more than anything, and less on the actual execution of getting it done on the field. Right. Because that field's still got to look good when they get back.
Still got to look good. That's right. Got to keep the water on it, fertilizer on it, keep it mowed.
So I just want to say congrats to you, Bryn. Continue the good work and continue going after your dreams.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. We're about to put it in the can, as they say in the business. So thank you so much for listening to us. Thanks to all our special guests. And on behalf of 1 Adam 12 Dodson, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, I'm Tom McClung, old Tomcat. We ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We will see you August the 6th.
August the 6th.
Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
From day one, First National Bank has been built on a strong foundation of community first. First to lend a helping hand, first to help with community events and fundraisers, first to support local students, athletic programs, and civic organizations, first to support events like United Way, Relay for Life, and many more charitable events, and most importantly, working for our great community. Without you, there'd be no First National Bank. Making communities great together, that's what we strive for.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Need custom screen printing or other promotional products? Got You Covered Screen Printing and More in Athens is, well, got you covered. Screen printing, promotional items, stickers, graphic design, vinyl for signs and garments, and other customized products. They also offer local pickup and delivery services, rush orders, volume discounts, and can customize any project to meet your needs. Got You Covered guarantees to get the job done and will work hard to make sure you're completely satisfied. Call today, 444-4500, or stop by and see them at 389 West Sandifer Road in Athens. Got You Covered Screen Printing and More.
Shotgun formation, two backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to the second man through. Touchdown!
Join us this upcoming season for Limestone County football, streamed right to your computer or mobile device on the Play Action Sports app. You can also hear it on your Amazon Echo by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. Listen for the replay of select games Sunday afternoons on WKAC and download each game from the archives anytime you want. Also available on all major podcast platforms and in the podcast section of the Play Action Sports app. Limestone County football from Play Action Sports and 1080 WKAC. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1080 WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.